Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the OG YouTube. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. It's Monday, October 11th, Thanksgiving here in Canada, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I'm going to be giving the results of my scholarship application today. For the past 2 weeks, I've had open scholarship slots for Axie Infinity. I've had candidates basically submit an application, answer some questions, submit a team of Axies that they think would be very strong in the arena, and I'm going to go through the results with everybody here on the live. The reason for that is because I think that if people are going to take the time out of their day to fill out an application and to apply, the very least that I can do is I can hop on here and I can provide some feedback. The first round of scholars that we had, there was only about 20 scholars, so I was able to just write it all and post it in the Discord. Now this time, as I mentioned, 45 applications this time. So in order to make it a little bit more efficient for everybody's time, I will be going through those applications here. If you did not submit an application this time, this would be a fantastic spot to learn what is required or what I'm looking for when I go through those applications. So definitely stick around. And if you did fill out an application and you see your name come up early, definitely take some notes of what the people that made it further in the process did and how that differentiated from what you did. I rated everybody that applied on a scale of 1 to 4. I did actually have 5 available, but unfortunately no one received that rating of a 5 of like a perfect application. We did have a handful of people that were rated 4, which I believe there were 4 people, and I was able to choose 3 of them this time. So congratulations to those people. They will be announced at the very end. And I will also mention that none of them have been informed at this point. None of them know that they've been selected. So when you see your name come up and you realize that you've been selected, the first thing you need to do is you need to send me a direct message so that we can start the process and getting you. Basically, I have a vetting process, so I would like to call a Discord call. We use video, basically just wanted to chat, introduce face-to-face, go over some of the rules of the scholarship, and basically discuss an action plan of how we are going to get you playing your Axies as soon as possible. I will also mention that I don't script these videos before I come on here, so everything that is recorded and that's said is completely genuine. It's my honest feelings. I'm not pre-writing these scripts or making a line to go down here with the video. So everything that I'm saying kind of just is what comes from the heart. It's what are my genuine thoughts, and the goal here is just to make everyone better. Even if you weren't selected, I still want you to learn from me. I still want you to improve and get better so that you can get a scholarship, whether it's with me or it's with another manager, whatever the case may be. So I won't waste too much time. I will get into it here. But quickly before I do that, I will mention that we are looking at adding some more managers to OG as well. So there will be other managers in OG that will be looking for scholarships at some point. Now, if I'm able to get that set up before the end of the year, I'm not entirely sure, but that is one of my goals here, okay? So I'm going to start off with the people that I rated a 1 out of 4. And if you were rated a 1 out of 4, there's, probably a main reason of why I rated it like this. It's typically because, some of the questions might have been misunderstood or not responded to on the application. It could be potentially because you didn't select Axies. One of the questions on the application is please select 3 Axies that you think would be in a good team composition and why you selected these Axies. So if you didn't select any Axies, you automatically got a rating of 1. And then the only other reason I think I would give somebody a rating of 1 would be because I really have no idea who they are. They're brand new to the community, and I'm very eager to get to know these people, but just at the moment, at the time of this application, I don't know you, and for that reason, unfortunately, I can't pick you into my scholarship if I'm not familiar with you, right? So those are the reasons why people got rated 1. I'm going to quickly fly through the names of the people that received that rating, and I'll give first names because I believe I don't think we had any duplicate names. So, or there are a couple duplicate names. So, as I go through here, I'll just I'll name off all the common or all the first names, I guess, that only have one of that name on the application. If there's multiple of that name, for example, there's a few Johns, I'll mention the initial of your name or something as well. So starting off with the people that rated 1, I rated Serbol 1, Glory 1, Danica 1, Jeff 1, John A1, Andre N1, Leones 1, Sherry 1, Karen 1, Margot, Michael, Janlani, Adrianan, John T. So those are all the ones that were rated 1. As I mentioned, it's not bad to be rated 1. It's just, unfortunately, like I said, either I don't know you, I'm not familiar with you, you didn't select Axies on the application, or maybe you just misunderstood some of the questions and you didn't really answer them properly. For example, I know there were 2 people that actually submitted the current date when I asked for their date of birth. Just, something simple like that. But that's obviously a clear misunderstanding there, or maybe there's a language barrier. But whatever the reason, like I said, those were the individuals that were rated 1 this time around, okay? I do want to mention before I move on to the next group, I do really want to get to know all of you. I really do hope that you keep learning in the community and you keep growing on your Axie journey, and that in the future, because we're going to have more scholarship opportunities, I think we'll have scholarship opportunities coming again within maybe a month or 2 months. Could even be a couple of weeks. I don't know. It always depends on how quick I'm able to accumulate and grow my Axies. But there's definitely going to be more scholarship opportunities. So keep learning and keep growing your skill set. Keep getting involved in the live chats. Keep contributing to the community in whatever way that you can. And hopefully I'll see you back on the next round of applications. So that brings me to the group that I rated a rating of 2. Basically a 2, you completed everything in the application well. You fulfilled all of the steps. There's typically just when I'm looking at the Axies that you selected, maybe there's some issues with the Axies, which leads me to believe that there's that you just still need to learn more about the game before you're ready to kind of jump in and start playing your own team. So that's the main reason, was just Axies. Let's see, I did write actual explanations for each person. So if anybody wants more information as to why they were rated a certain way, you can definitely reach out to me individually and I can provide more information, but I'm just reading through. Yeah, it looks like all of the ones. Okay, so everyone that was rated 2, they had an issue with their team composition that they submitted in the application. So John, my man, one of the first people to be with OG, I still need you to keep learning, bro. It's definitely a little bit of you still need to learn a little bit more about the team. For example, the notes that I have here for you, John, your plant needs more shield, your beast needs at least a 0 cost, and the combination on your backliner of Little Owl and Shrimp, they kind of counter each other. Like, they don't counter each other, but it's overkill on trying to hit backline. You don't need both of those, or to have the option of the fastest or the backline. You got to pick one, and you need to use the other card as damage or generate energy or something like that. But very good application overall, man. 2 is not a bad rating by any means. Jeeves is the next one. I think you meant to send me a aqua plant team, and you actually sent me a plant aqua team. So I think that might just been a little bit of a mistake there, but so that's the reason why you're on this list. Genre H, you're here because your plant is a little bit low on HP. Your beast is lacking a bit of damage. And you're still new to the OG community, so I still need to get to know you better. So keep learning, keep improving. And then the final individual that was rated as a 2 for this round of applications is going to be John L. And the reason for that is because your Terminator doesn't have any kind of a debuff. Now, I do think that you tried to suggest having the debuff on your front plant. Now, while that would work for you in the early game, as you get towards the later game, you wouldn't have any debuff in the late game to give you the damage stacks on your Terminator that you need. And then in addition, your plant is a little bit low health. And this is a common thing that's coming up, is plant low health. So I'll mention that I recommend at least 58 health on a plant, unless you're going for something like maybe you're trying to put a hermit on a plant, for example. That would put it under 59 health, but it would still be a very viable build. Perhaps a feather fan on the tail. There's a couple things that are like acceptable to go under 59 health, but for the most part, would definitely recommend 59. Even a 57 sometimes could be borderline, depending on the build, but just to give you guys an idea. So I think most of these ones where I wrote the comment of plant has low health, these plants are coming in around 54. I saw some plants around 51, 52, so that was the reason why you were rated there, John. So that concludes everyone that was rated 2. So I'll say the same thing that I said to everyone that was rated 1. Definitely, still looking forward to helping you learn more about Axie Infinity so that on the next round of applications, when you apply, your team is much more meta relevant or much more PvP competitive. And that's something that I'm looking for, because if you've been here for a while, you'll understand that something that's very important to me is to grow a very competitive Axie team so that we can all grow together. We can teach each other new strategies. We can teach each other new builds. So that's why we're looking to take the top competitive players onto the team. Gonna catch my breath here, take a little drink. In addition to recording everything live, I try not to go through and edit anything out either, because I know when I'm watching videos personally, whenever someone makes a video edit or they make a cut, I always identify that right away. Like, it's pretty easy to see, like, the frame completely changes, the person's in a different spot, and then the topic's different, and I'd rather just chat with you guys. So that brings me into the number 3s on the list, okay? Everyone that was rated number 3 here, basically that means you were like right at the cusp of being selected. You could have been selected this time. Unfortunately, you were just beat out by a couple stronger applications at this time. So I will list all of these people off, and there are also some people on this list that deserve a special shout out because they have been contributing to the community in other ways. And as mentioned, I really do want to pick everybody, and I picked as many people as I could at this time. And anyone who wasn't selected, I do wish you the best of luck in the next round of applications, because we're going to be selecting more people soon. So don't lose hope. Just keep working hard and keep trying. And if you keep dedicated and committed, you will get the spot, I promise. So starting off with the first one on this list, it is the OG scorekeeper. It's Alfredo. Alfredo, you came up just short because your Axie build, your tank is a little short on the shield, your beast is lacking shield, and it has a little bit of a lack of damage as well. So just keep improving, like I said, so close. Next one, Rami Ling. Rami, again, pretty new to the community, but still put in a ton of work since getting here and really helped on the Facebook side of things, so thank you for that, Rami. Your beast is very similar to Alfredo's beast, actually. It needs a little bit more shield, a little bit more damage, and the Terminator that you submitted to me, it's a 42 or a 41 speed Terminator. It was a dusk build as well, and you could get a dusk build Terminator up to 46 speed. So if you're gonna submit a dusk build Terminator, make sure it's 46 speed, okay? Just keep learning, dude, and I appreciate all your help. And look forward to seeing your next application. Andre T. You picked all the right abilities and all the right attacks, but some of the eyes and the ears on the Axies that you picked were wrong. For example, your plant only had 54 health, your dusk only had 43 speed, and your aqua only had 51 speed. So that was just an indication to me that you just need to learn a little bit more about the game, and then you'll be ready for a scholarship opportunity. So just keep learning, keep improving, bro. Next one, Kevin Pellegrino. Kevin, one of the OGs, been around for a while, dude. Dude, you picked fantastic Axies. The only comment that I have that worked against you in this process was that it seemed like you filled out the application really quickly, and some of the answers where I was looking for a little bit, of a longer response, like for example, like what makes you unique. I got a very short answer, and on the people that were selected, not only did they have good Axies, but they also put a lot of thought and time into those answers. So that's the difference. That's the small difference of why they were selected, and why unfortunately you're gonna have to apply again for the next round, man. Very good application overall. Don't feel bad about it. Keep putting in the work, and next time maybe just take a little bit more time when you do that application, because like I said, you were super close. Thank you for all your time and all your commitment to OG, man. It means a lot that you've been here from the start as well. So thank you. The next one we have is Peter Takumba. Peter, you're new to OG still, so one of the things I have noted is that I just need to get to know you better, man. I haven't had an opportunity to interact with you very much in the chats. I mean, if someone were to ask me where's Peter from, I couldn't even tell you. I'm not sure. I don't know how old Peter is off the top of my head. I know I have it written, but these are some of the things that I ask myself to be like, do I know this person? And like I said, I don't know where Peter's from. I don't know how old Peter is, and really that's all that really held you back this time. Just the fact that you're new and we don't really have that familiar relationship. But you submit a good application, and your Axie selections were good as well. So hopefully we get to know each other more, and we see you back on the next round of applications, dude. Next up we have Lily D. I really appreciated your team comp, actually. It seemed like you put a lot of thought and time around the strategy into the team that you submitted for the application. And some of the strategies that you submitted on your Axies, or like the Axie team that you submitted, had some strategies kind of built into it that they were pretty complex strategies. And to be honest, like when I saw some of your ideas, it sparked ideas for me, and that's exactly what I'm looking for in the competitive team. So I think you're 100%, you're on the right track. I love where your thought process is at, and the way that you're thinking about how you're going to build your team and some of the strategies that you're going to use. So you're 100% on the right track. One of the comments I'll make about your team is that your midliner would be stronger if you would have selected an Aqua. I think you selected a beast and it had part beast parts and part aqua parts. Overall, that Axie is good, but it would be stronger as an aqua. The aqua would allow it to have more speed and more health, while still getting all of that damage that you're looking for. So that's the only suggestion that I have for you. But don't be discouraged. Your thought process you're on the right track. I think, like you really do, you're thinking the game well already at this point. So just keep learning, and I really look forward to seeing your next application. Very good possibility to be the first female team member of OG. Little spoiler alert, none of the females broke through this time, unfortunately. But I won't spoil it anymore. I'll get to the next one. The next one is my good buddy Buster. Buster, aka Ricky, came up just short on this round of applications, dude, and it kills me to say it because you've put in so much work on the back end of things, and I really did want to be able to select you in this round, but there was a couple things on your team composition that just showed me that there was just a little bit more learning that needs to be done before you can be selected, okay? The notes I have here, your front tank is low health, but it does have a lot of shield, so you might be able to squeeze by just because you have so much shield, in spite of the fact that your plant is like, I think it's like a 50 health or a 51 health or something, but because your shield is so big, it's possible that it could work. You have a second plant in the middle. Its moveset is a little bit off. Like you could just have a stronger moveset on your midliner. And your bird on your backline only has 55 speed. So if you're using a backline bird, it needs to have at least 58 speed minimum, because that will ensure that it's faster than every other class except for bird. Now there are some cards that can boost speed and manipulate that, but the main point is that if you're picking a backline bird, your backline bird has to be faster than aquas, and aquas max out at 57 speed. So that's why your bird has to be minimum of 58 speed for it to make sense, in my opinion. And like I said, I think yours had 55. So there's just a little bit more learning on the Axie side of things that I need to see. So keep working, keep learning, bro. That's the most important for you, is keep learning Axie. And I look forward to seeing your next application, which should be in a couple of weeks. I was talking about it with the team yesterday. We're speculating somewhere around Halloween, start of November is where the next scholars will be selected. So I really hope that you stick it out, man. I really do appreciate all the work that you put in. Buster is very responsible for a lot of what everyone has seen on the OG Facebook. So thank you for that, dude. That work is very appreciated. And I really do hope to see your application on the next round, bro. Yeah, like I said, I really was hoping to select you, and I'll just be completely honest. I was really hoping to select you this time. And the Axie selections just came up a bit short. And so for that reason, man, just keep learning, and I hope that on the next time you got some top-notch Axies in there. Brings me to Miss Emily. Emily, it's been cool getting to know you a little bit, a very little bit, but one of the notes I have here is that I really don't know Emily too well at this point. We've only had a couple of conversations. At least I can tell you I know where Emily's from. Emily's from the UK, I can tell you that much. You did call me Mike though, so and no, I'm kidding. It has nothing to do with the fact that you called me Mike. I could also only find 2 of your Axies in the market. So when I was trying to look up your Axie team, one of the Axies that I was trying to find, it kept giving me Axie not found, Axie not found. So that was one thing that worked against you as well. So the 2 notes I have for you, Emily, I just want to get to know you a bit better. And like I said, I couldn't really find one of your Axies in the market. So I don't really know if you had a strong team or not. So that's too bad. But like I said, I do want to get to know you better. So hopefully we're able to talk a little bit more, get to know a bit about each other, and from there, assuming the Axie choices are good and the next application goes well, very strong possibility to be the first female on OG as well. You and Lily, I think, were the only 2, unless I'm mistaken, 2 females or 2 women that received a rating of 3. So. And I am really looking forward to naming the first woman on the team. So the race is on. The race is on. Emily and Lily at the moment, and then who knows? Someone could come out. Someone could, maybe a John Lonnie, or I have no idea. But maybe someone could just surprise us. So great work with the application overall. I'm excited about the fact that you can do the graphics as well. I'm also excited that you've done a lot of breeding in other games, so you're familiar with that aspect of it. So, like I said, just stick around the community, and I think good things will happen. Moving on to Renz. Renz, this application was really good, and it surprised me because, dude, I'm not, like, who is Renz? Like, I don't know Renz. That's the reason why I wasn't able to choose you, but yeah, like I don't know anything about you. I think you're new to the community because, like I said, I'm not sure, and maybe you're using different names on different social media platforms. That could be an issue. I'm not too sure, but the name input here, Ven Zibana, but you had a fantastic application, bro. Your application was perfect. Like, it was really good. I just have no idea who's Renz, right? I don't know. I can't answer that right now. So that's why you were rated a 3, bro. Next one, Sharif Madrigal. Another one that deserves a special shout out for just putting in work and time on the OG Facebook. Thank you so much. Your team, you picked a pretty good team. All the moves are correct. You picked all the right abilities, but same thing as I mentioned earlier for somebody else. Didn't choose the correct eyes and ears. So your Axies, they have the wrong speed and health numbers. Basically, when you have the correct eyes and ears on your Axies, it reflects by having the proper health or the proper speed, and your Axies were just they just didn't have the right eyes and ears, so it messed up the stats. So that's the only thing that you were short on, just a little bit on the team selection part, which is like the Axie knowledge part of the game. So keep learning. You're very close, and thank you for your work. Just keep grinding. Next one is Vincent M. My comment here for your notes. I just love how much thought you put into your team and your application. Your team is really good, and your thought process it's similar to Lily. Like I shouldn't say that your thought process is similar to Lily, but I mean the review for your application is similar to the review that I gave Lily, in the sense that strategically thinking the game from strategies and how you're going to, win games and just beat your opponent or manipulate energy or whatever the case may be. I think that your strategy is very, very good. I really like the thoughts that went into the Axies that you selected. So that is definitely one of the things that you did fantastic. One of the things that I will mention is Axie Kiss. I don't think that you're going to be able to land your Axie Kiss on your midliner. And the reason for that is because your Aqua is probably going to die before you get the chance to use it. So think of it this way. You have like 51 speed, right? So they're going to attack you, and they're going to knock you down into the range that you can use Axie Kiss. Now, if they have an Aqua or a bird, that Aqua or bird is going to attack before you. So you're not going to be able to get the Axie Kiss off. You're not going to be able to use it because they're going to hit before you hit. So it kind of makes it tough. But like I said, your strategy and the ideas are spot on. Like you're on the right track. So just keep grinding, keep learning, and I hope to see your application on the next round, bro. Next one is Johnny Paul. Johnny Paul, bro. This is another one with a fantastic application. This is the same review that I gave Renz. Fantastic Axies, fantastic application, but I'm not too familiar with Johnny Paul. I think you're pretty new to OG, to be honest. I think I can remember that much at least. I think you've been around for about maybe a week or 2 weeks or so. So still pretty new, and just starting to get to chat with you a little bit. I believe you're from PH, the Philippines. Not 100% sure. That's I think. So like, there's your answer for how well I know you at this point. So that's the thing that I'm looking for from you, Johnny. Just got to get to know you better in the community, bro. The next one, Jason C. I liked your team. I liked your Axies. Now the only thing I'll say is that you picked Silent Whisperer on your front plant, and at the moment, Silent Whisperer on the front plant doesn't work at the moment. And the reason that it doesn't work right now is because it heals the ally team member that's in front of you. So if you're playing that in the front line, there's no ally to heal, so it's basically just a wasted card. You need some zero cost cards as well in your build, and you also need some energy gain and some energy manipulation. If I remember correctly, you had all attacking cards. You had you had no zero cost cards, and you had no energy gaining or energy manipulating cards. So those are both things that you would need in the build to be successful in the arena. And to that point, I'll mention, I think any strong Axie typically has at least one zero cost. It's not always an exact thing that every Axie has a zero cost, but I would say like 80% of PvP meta Axies have one zero cost card, and most, I would say probably like 40 to maybe 50% even, probably have some way to gain an energy. So my personal opinion is that you need at least 2 Axies on your team that are going to gain you energy out of your 3, and at least 2 out of 3 Axies should have a 0 cost. So those are just a couple of rules to live by. So if you're just, skimming through this and looking for some ideas, keep that in mind, right? Okay, next we're moving on to Lamp, aka Lance. Lance, I faded your application a little bit, bro, just to be honest, because I know that you're going to be getting your own Axies at some point. But the feedback that I want to provide for you, your plant needs a little bit more health. 59 to 61 I have in brackets, just so that you know. And your Dusk needs more speed as well. If you're looking for a Dusk Terminator, dude, you're looking for 46 speed on a Dusk Terminator, okay? Just stuff to keep in mind. Definitely appreciate having you in the community, and I'm glad to hear that you got your new phone and all that's all figured out. So just keep learning, man, and I'll keep helping you however I can. We have 3 more that I rated a 3 for this round, and then we'll get into the final 4 people that were rated with a rating of 4. So the next one is Angel or Angel. Received a rating of 3. The reason is because the plant was low on health. If you are going to run Leaf Bug like you have on your plant, you need to run a plant that has 59 health. That's what you're looking for if you're going to run a Leaf Bug plant. And I also need to get to know you better as well, dude. You're still new to the community here, so still want to get to know you, get to learn. Is it Angel? Is it Angel? I'm not too sure. Where are you from? How old are you? All that fun stuff, dude. Next on the list we have Alwyn, aka Hassam, who actually won one of the SLP giveaways, I believe, a little while ago, and we helped him create his Ronin and all that fun stuff. It's awesome to see you submitting an application here and how that SLP giveaway has kind of grown to this point. And I'll mention Rami's in that category too. Just how people that benefited from the SLP giveaway are now coming full circle. They're trying to get the scholarships, and I really do look forward to the day where I can tell the story that someone tuned into my stream because they wanted to win a little bit of SLP, and they won a little SLP. And next thing you know, then they got a scholarship, and then after they got a scholarship, then they started to earn money on Axie, and then maybe they bought their own Axies, and they were able to help their family out, and were able to do this, and that's going to be a really cool story to tell, and that story hasn't been written yet, but it's going to be written soon. So yeah, just something to keep in mind, man. So just keep grinding, keep learning. I look forward to seeing your next application, bro. And then the final one, this one was tough, and I'll be honest, man, had you been in the community for maybe an extra 2-3 weeks, this scholarship might have been yours, bro. And that person is Kevin Salcedo. You picked a great team, bro. Your team is really good. Your application was really well done. I would say that your plant tank, it needs a little bit more health, and the main thing for you, man, is I just need to get to know you better. You've only been around for a little while, so I don't know too much about Kevin at the moment. So I would like to be able to answer all those questions that I've been referring to over and over again about, who is Kevin, what does Kevin do? I believe Kevin is from PH as well. Not sure how old. I could guess, but the guess is that's not the point of this, right? It's not the point. The point of this is not for me to guess. The point is that I should know these things, right? And if I don't know these things, it's an indication that I just don't know you just well enough yet. So stick around the community, man. Good things will happen, and I really do look forward to getting to know you. And that wraps it up for everyone that was rated a 3. I want to quickly jump in here and say that I don't know if these people, or there's a couple people that I didn't see their application, and I really do think that they meant to submit applications. I just think that for whatever reason, maybe they didn't find the spot in the Discord. Maybe they thought they didn't need to do an application. I'm not too sure what happened, but these two people, they've been working hard for the OG community, and I just want to say that I'm sorry that I didn't see your application, and it's disappointing that for me that I didn't see them. And the reason I didn't see them is because they weren't submitted. So I don't know if it was my fault. I didn't explain where the application was well enough, or what really went wrong. But for these two people, Shane, who's been creating graphics for OG and been putting in a ton of work, didn't see an application from you. So that really was surprising. And like I said, I'm quite positive that I think you meant to submit one. But yeah, it was unfortunate that I didn't see one from you, Shane. I was really looking forward to reading yours. But that being said, I look forward to reading your application on the next round. It does mean that you will need to kind of stick with it and work a bit harder. But that being said, I really do appreciate everything that you've done to this point. And I hope that you do stick around to submit the application in the next round, because I really was looking forward to reading your application this time. And like I said, I was a bit disappointed that I didn't see it. So it's too bad. And then the other one would be Erica. Erica, you've obviously been working hard to try to promote the community. I've seen you posting in the Axie Discord even before I post in the Axie Discord sometimes when the stream goes live, and that's super appreciated. So same thing, I was looking forward to reading your scholarship application, and I didn't see one from you. So for both of you and for anybody else that didn't know where the scholarship application was, in the OG Discord, under the category that says Axie Infinity, there's a bunch of different channels. OG Content, for example, OG General Chat, and one of the channels that is usually listed there, it's hidden at the moment because the applications are no longer open, but it says Axie Scholarship. And when you click on the Axie Scholarship channel, it actually tells you what is available, or basically like the criteria that you need to meet in order to be eligible. And then the very final thing on the criteria list is an application, and you need to fill in the application. So that's the part that both Shane and Erica, you missed. And I really hope that next time, a couple weeks from now, I'll be able to read applications from both of you. Yeah, just unfortunate, but I wish you the best, and I do want to read those applications, so hopefully you stick around. All right, and that brings us into everybody that was rated number 4. And I lied, there's actually 5 people who were rated number 4, but one person I believe has gone out and purchased their own Axies, so I'll start with them. Jordan, aka Awaken in the Discord. Now this is somebody that I was fully under the impression that they had went and bought their own Axies. So they were not selected for the scholarship because like I said, I think they have their own Axies. That's the whole gist of it there. So if Jordan, if you don't have your own Axies, bro, then we need to chat. But as far as I'm aware, like I totally thought that you had your own Axies. So I'm just kind of confused at this point with what's up with you, dude. And this is the tough one, because this is the individual that came like that was literally right on the cusp, and actually went back and forth. I was talking with the other OG team members, and we were trying to make this decision, and like all these decisions were super difficult, but we had 4 names at the end, and we were only able to choose 3. So this person is quote unquote the runner-up for this round of applications. Now, before I mention who it is, I do want to mention that the 3 people that I did choose, and I chose 3 people for this round of scholarships, all 3 of them had applied in the first round of scholarships. Like the very first time I had scholarships open, all 3 of the people that got selected had applied and been denied in the first round. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, the runner-up for this round of applications is Van Davalos. Mr. Vanez, who has put in quite a bit of work trying to grow the socials and trying to grow the Facebook. And I know this is probably disappointing to hear that you're the runner-up at this point, but it is a good thing. It's a good thing because in the short time that you have been with OG, you have made an impression to the point that you were very close at this time. And you were beat out by people that had all been here on the first round of applications. They all submit fantastic applications as well. So there's nothing to be disappointed about right now. And when the next round of scholarships opens up in a couple weeks, I think it's everybody else's job to try and take that spot from you, if that makes sense. Right now, if I had to pick a fourth person today, I would be picking Vanez. That being said, I'm only able to onboard 3 scholars at the moment, so Van, you will need to wait, unfortunately. And it's mostly because you're still new to the community, and I have gotten to know you at this point. So it's not that I don't know you, it's just that you're still new. I do respect the time that has been put in by everybody that has been here for a while. And like I mentioned a couple of times now, all 3 scholars that were selected submit applications on the first round, and they were all denied on the first round, and they all stuck with it. They all kept working hard, they kept grinding, they didn't give up, and now they're all being selected today. So that I won't build it up anymore. This has been a long process for me. It's been probably over 24 hours of just staring at these names and all of the names that have applied and reviewing these applications. And I slept on the decision last night, and I talked with other team members about it for a long time. So I'm just going to, I think the easiest way to do this, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, these people have no idea that they've been selected right now. So as soon as you see this video, I need you to send me a direct message on Discord so that we can get things moving, okay? So congratulations to the following 3 people. You have all been selected to become members of the OG Axie team. And I look forward to speaking with you very soon so that we can hop on the phone and we can get the ball rolling. So these 3 people at the moment that are being selected. The first one is Robin Joshua Sordilla, 23 years old, from the Philippines. Josh had the strongest Axie selection out of everybody that submit applications on this round. His Axie team was the strongest PvP team out of, like I said, out of all 45 applications. So that's the reason Josh has been selected. And in addition, Josh also submitted a very strong application on the first round of applications. He stuck with the community. He's not the most active in the live chats always, but he does, whenever he's available, he does make sure to come by. And I'm sure you guys have seen in the chat, Josh Wawa. He comes by, he basically just says hi. He doesn't talk too much, he's a quiet guy. But based on his Axie selection, he looks like he could be a really top PvP player. And I'm super excited to add you to the team, bro. The next individual that's being added to the team is going to be Mr. Prince Tibayan. And I apologize if I butcher your name, bro, but it wouldn't be the first time. Funny story, when I first met Prince, I would always call him Pyrans, because that's how his name's spelt. But, I mean, didn't take long. He's like, dude, my name's Prince. And, been a fantastic guy to get to know in the community. He's been someone that's been working so hard. He's helped with the OG Facebook as well. Helped Buster kind of push that and helped grow that. He's helped with some graphics as well to help with thumbnails and different cover arts and things like that. So really in any way that he's able to help and provide value to the team, he's doing that. Prince is 17, he's from the Philippines, and actually this whole group is coming from the Philippines this time, okay? Prince as well submitted an application, first round of applications. Was a fantastic application. I just couldn't choose him because I didn't know him well enough at that time. I told him to stick with it, and he was the very first person to apply this time. And that actually starts a streak that the first person that has applied in both sets of applications has been chosen. In the first round of applications, the first one to fill it out was actually Alec Mauricio, and he was selected. And then fast forward to the second round of applications, the first one to fill it out was Prince, and Prince has been selected. So I don't know if there's a correlation to being the first one to fill it out and being selected, or maybe just, you know, wanting that opportunity so bad that as soon as that opportunity becomes available and that application gets posted in the Discord, they're all over it, right? So that, yeah, just a couple other little notes for anybody that's trying to figure out how they can get the scholarship. And the final one for this round of new team members for the OG team, it's going to be Mr. Carl Esteban. OG Carl. So that's my favorite story about Carl right now, is that just after I started producing Axie content on a regular basis, Carl hit me up, and I think it was on maybe Instagram, it was on one of the other socials, and he had his name changed to OG Carl, and it was like I said, like a couple days after I'd started streaming. That's not the reason that he was chose, but that being said, it's just a cool story that I have that I associate with Carl. His Axies that he submitted on his team were absolutely fantastic. I would put him as probably number 2 in terms of the rank. If I were to rank the PvP builds that people submit, I would probably put Carl's at number 2. His answers were really well done. Really well thought out application. Carl's 21. He's also from the Philippines. So we've added 3 people from the Philippines. 23, 17, 21 are the ages. I think Dude's 19, and then that just leaves myself and Alec as the old men on the team. We're 30 and 31 respectively. I won't keep going because this video has been really long. If anybody has any questions for me, feel free to hit me up on Discord. You can hit me up on Twitter, wherever it's easiest for you. I will respond when I'm able to. And thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Really do appreciate everything that you guys do to kind of help push OG forward. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh my god, I talked to you guys for 47 minutes? Wow. Okay, love yous. Take care. Bye.